Hello guys, welcome to my channel Lucid Fanfic, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. So be sure to stick around until the end, and let's get started. As the next round starts, many students who passed the first round started teeing up. Meanwhile, Izuku plans to go alone, making the other competitors look at him as if he was arrogant and a fool. Izuku, now looking everywhere around him, sees that the others are gunning for his bandana, in which he just smirks. Midnight. Well, I think everyone now has a group except for the one and only Izuku Midoriya, as Midnight speaks in the mic, looking at Izuku lustfully. Izuku, please don't look at me like that, Midnight, or I might die tonight. As Izuku felt shivers in his spines, as if someone was glaring at him in the audience. Midnight. Now, everybody, we will not start the program in 3, 2, 1. The gun was then shot, implicating the start of the cavalry, in which every competitor immediately went straight for Izuku, except some of the Class 1A and Izumi's team. Nito, get his headband. As Nito from Class 2B with his team is closest to Izuku, but was suddenly blasted off by Katsuki Bakugwa. Katsuki, Deku, you will lose today, you filth. As Katsuki's team's now closer to Izuku. Izuku, try as you can, mutt, but you would never. As Izuku then slams his feet at the ground so hard, creating a small crater to which lead a minor earthquake in UA. Student, whoa guys, balance. Student number 2, what is this? As the other teams tries to balance themselves, not making the one on top fall. Katsuki, curse you shitty Deku, as Katsuki flies out of his team to get to Izuku fast. Izuku, oh, you want to come closer, mud, as Katsuki now appears in front of Izuku. Katsuki, die shitty Deku. As Katsuki tries to get Izuku's headband, also tries to injure him by firing an explosion at Izuku's leg, to which Izuku seamlessly dodged the Chihuahua's attack and grabbed his face and throws him to the wall. Student, how can we beat that? As the other students who are competing saw what just happened to Katsuki, some immediately changed their targets, as they are afraid of facing Izuku. Meanwhile, the others, like some from Class 2B, charged head-on towards Izuku. Meanwhile, with Izumi, let's get as much as headband from the other as possible. Mei and Momo, use your engines to maneuver around the arena as fast, and Kirishima, you'll provide a shield for us, while he'll levitate and also protect us all from incoming targets from different sides. Meanwhile, with the audience. Hero 1, WTH, that kid just caused a minor earthquake just from stomping? Hero 2, now this is what I have been wanting to see. As the other heroes becoming more and more interested in Izuku. Heroine, although Izuku has strength, but let's not forget that girl over there Izumi has some serious strategies, good leadership, and most of all, she made best utilization of what their team can provide, as the other heroes nod in agreement. Back to Izuku. Izuku, come on, is this all you guys can do? As Nito Monoma laughs as he touches Izuku. Nito, now that I have touched you, I can copy your quirk. As Monoma then tries to fly, but failed miserably, almost falling to the ground, but fortunately was caught by his teammate. Izuku, fool, you can't copy a power of a god. As Izuku flies and releases 2% of his aura, waving around the arena, causing the other team competitor that are close to him blasted off from the sheer aura Izuku was producing. Present Mike, what was that? First with the earthquakes, now with this. Meanwhile, with Nizu and the others. Nizu, it seems Izuku is more powerful than ever, and Izumi has gotten better utilizing her quirk more, and as well as leading the others as Nizu sips his team. Meanwhile, All Might and Inko watches both Izuku and Izumi, supporting both of them. Nizu, although is Izuku now powerful enough to take him on? As Nizu, whom is just looking at Izuku in a screen. Back with Izuku. Izuku, whom is now bored, just laid down while levitating, looking at the others fighting each other, as all of them gave up on chasing his headband, as it was futile, but suddenly Izuku dodged midair, looking to see Izumi and her teammate are now gunning him. Izuku, took you long enough to target me. As Izumi's team full with other team mates headband already securing her and her teammates as second place, now decided to battle Izuku. Izumi, we may not be able to beat you now, but at least we can test ourselves. Team ready. As Kirishima hardens himself, meanwhile Momo and Mei prepares their thrusters. Izuku, give me all you got. Izumi now? As Momo and Mei then immediately went full power on their thrusters. Meanwhile, Izumi gathers dust around Izuku. Momo, Here were the goggles as Momo then made goggles for their team to see through the dust storm Izumi caused. Izuku. So they're trying to blind me, huh? Not bad of a plan, Izumi, as Izuku waits what Izumi's team gonna do. Izumi. Momo, when we're close to Izuku, I want you to fire your mini grappling hook behind him while I distract him at the front. Momo. Okay. As Izumi then leaps from her team to charge Izuku in the front while her team maneuver at the back to get Izuku's headband. Izumi. Izuku. As Izumi charges toward Izuku, trying to get his headband. Izuku. Where's your team? Mate Izumi, it's foolish of you to try and take my headband alone, as Izuku dodges Izumi's attempt on getting his headband. Izumi. One for all telekinetic mode 80% as Izumi then grabs hold of Izuku with her telekinesis, stopping him from dodging while charging towards him. Shoots as both Izuku and Izumi hears a shot being fired, to which Izuku chuckles, seeing that behind him is Izumi's teammate and also sensing Kirishima launching at him. Izuku. Not bad of a plan, Izumi, this could have worked on someone else like All Might, but you're facing me. As Izuku then breaks Izumi's telekinetic hold off him, causing huge shockwaves, causing Izumi and her team mates to be blown away, clearing the dust storm that Izumi made. Izuku. Gotta say you've grown, Izumi, but it's still light years away for you to challenge me fully, as Izumi saves herself from falling to the ground by immediately using her telekinesis on her and her team. Midnight. The round is over. Audience clapped in amazement and awe from Izuku and Izumi's team thrilling battle, making it one of the most iconic matches that has happened in UA history. Hero 1. Holy cow, never expected that. Hero 2. Too bad though, Izumi could have won, but his opponent is Izuku Midoriya, but gonna give the props to her, she got some serious guts, not only her, but also her team, every heroes in the stand agreed. Heroine. I'm so gonna send her an invite to intern with me. Midnight. Now for the results for this cavalry challenge. Results came out with Izuku being on first place and Izumi's team coming in second, while Katsuki and Shoto's team came in third and fourth. Now, we will be coming back shortly to the finals round after the lunch break. Students that are competing be back by no later than 1:30 p.m. as students then went to their locker rooms to change and eat. In the locker room, Kirishima. Izubro, that was so sick, dude, how you suddenly blow us away. Kaminari. Yeah, dude, you look some kind of god when you did that. Ida. Yes, I believe that it was the most amazing thing that I have ever seen in any UA matches before, as the other guys kept praising Izuku, making Katsuki and Shoto on the corner jealous, as their spotlight is being taken away by what they deemed before as a quirkless nobody who is now more powerful than them, but they can't admit it. Izuku. Thank you guys, and you guys also did well out there. They'll see you guys in the finals round. As Izuku was about to leave the locker room, he was then met with a hug. Vados. Izu, you did so great in that match. As Vados hugs Izuku tightly on her chest, making Mineta and the other guys blush as they see Izuku getting strangled by the big Ippei. Izuku. Han. Hisashi. Haha, Vados, you can let go off him, he's turning purple. As Vados then noticed, she turned red in embarrassment and lets go of Izuku. Izuku. Ha, sweet air. As Izuku finally able to breathe. Hisashi. Son, great job out there, couldn't be more prouder. Vados. Yes, you did so great out there, Izu. As Izuku thanked both of them, meanwhile the guys in the locker room just watches them. Izuku. I forgot everyone, this is my dad Hisashi Midoriya, and my girlfriend Vados, as Hisashi greets them, as well as Vados. Kaminari. Wait, your father is the Hisashi Midoriya? Ida. Sir, it is an honor to meet you, Sir Hisashi Sir. As Ida, who is always uptight, went to Hisashi and shakes his hands in excitement, making others surprise. Mineta. Whisper, I thought he had only one emote, as he whispers to Kaminari's ears. Kaminari. Whisper me too, looking at Ida, who is acting strangely around Hisashi. Hisahi. Whoa, slow down there, kid. Ida. I am so sorry, sir. As Ida bows, apologizing. Hisashi. It's okay, it's okay. Izuku. How do you guys know my father? Kaminari. Well, for us, Izuku, your father is a hero for a lot of people. Not only he founded the biggest conglomerate in the world, but also he opened homes for homeless people and quirkless people, giving them jobs and right to life as they should have. Ida. Yes, Kaminari is right. Izuku, your father also helped my family in dire times before, and even trained my big brother, the current Ingenium. Hisashi. I do thank you all for the praises and such, but I am just a humble man whom is trying to help the people, making the guys in the locker room respect him even more, and Kirishima crying because of his manliness. Izuku, where is Mom BTW? As Izuku noticed you wasn't with them. Hisashi, well, she is attending to some guest, but we'll meet her now for lunch. Izuku, oh okay, I wonder who are the guests. Hisashi, well, everyone will get going. Hope you kids strive more for yourselves and for the future. As Hisashi, Izuku, and Vados left. Meanwhile with you, Zeno-sama. Izuku is currently on his way here as Nizu and the others are bowing in respect as the Grand Zeno has come. Grand Zeno, that is great. I am excited to see Izuku's growth. As Zeno sits down. Beerus, Zeno-sama, might I ask why we are also summoned here, as Zeno also summoned the gods of destruction from each universe. Grand Zeno, well, I wanted you guys to also assess Izuku's son, and I might finally choose of which one of you I would choose to replace, as the gods and goddesses of destruction bowing to Zeno. Gods/goddess. Grand Zeno, we apologize for our incompetence. Please have mercy. Grand Zeno, haha, I am just kidding you guys, you all are so stiffed. After the cavalry team battle Izuku, Hisashi and Vados are now currently walking towards Nizu's office. Izuku, Dad, why are we going to Principal Nizu's office? Hisashi, well, we're gonna eat there. Izuku, may I ask why? I mean, there's a lot of food stands outside. Hisashi, well, we don't want this universe be destroyed now, are we? Izuku was confused on why a universe might be destroyed because of the food stands until he realized as he pieced things together. Izuku, so the guest is Grand Zeno? Hisashi nods, and the three continued walking, and Izuku wonder why Grand Zeno is visiting all of a sudden. Time skip. As they arrived at the office, inside can be seen the Yagis on the right side with Nizu, Aizawa, and the other staffs of UA, and on the left side were the angels and gods/goddesses of destruction, and at the chair was Zeno, behind him his two loyal guards, and beside him is the Grand Priest. Grand Zeno. Hi Izuku, as Grand Zeno and his childlike self went to Izuku and shakes Izuku's hands. Izuku. Grand Zeno, it is nice having you here, sir, as Izuku shakes Zeno's hands while bowing. Grand Zeno. Well, I heard from Grand Priest you were having a battle today, so I thought it would be fun watching you fight them, and I have been thinking of holding a tournament for each universe soon. Immediately, when Zeno said that, all of the gods and goddesses of destruction went pale, except Hisashi, whom remained calm. Izuku. Oh, that would be pretty awesome. As soon as he said that, Nizu and the rest except Hisashi and you as well as the Yagis were scared and shocked. Hisashi. Ha 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 ha, that's my boy. Inko. Excuse me, mind I ask what is this tournament of universes is about? Grand Zeno. Well, you see, every 500 years I do this tournament I called Tournament of Power, where each universe will battle it out with each other's strongest representative in the universe, and whoever comes out on top will be given the Super Dragon Balls, in which can summon Super Shinran, and will be granted a wish. Grand Zeno. Although I typically only let the other universes except Hisashi's to battle, because Hisashi is special, but now with Izuku, I want to let it in. Izuku, that's awesome, Dad, can I join? Hisashi. Of course, my dear boy. I know you will win this one. Izuku. Okay, cool then, I will join the Tournament of Power. Meanwhile, the other gods are scared as they now have a high chance of losing with Izuku on the line, as Izuku is now more powerful than them. Grand Zeno. Well, that's great, I will go now, and let you enjoy your lunch. I'll be back though to watch your battle, as Grand Zeno waves, and his guards, and him disappeared. Beerus. Kid, do you know what you've done? As Beerus was about to go to Izuku in anger. Hisashi. What do you think you're doing, Beerus? As Hisashi steps in before Beerus could get close. Beerus. TSK as Beerus, then just leave, and so the rest of the gods. Nizu. Hisashi, this is a bad thing. Our universe never have been sought out to battle in that, because you deemed it not to, and Grand Zeno recognizes your strength. But now with Izuku agreeing to this, our universe might be at stake, as Nizu is panicking a bit of what might happen in the near future. Izumi. What do you mean by our universe is at stake? And who is that guy? Nizu. That man Izumi is Grand Zeno, ruler of the Omniverse. He rules over all the gods and goddesses of creation and destruction, and the reason I said our universe is at stake is because if or ever Izuku loses, our universe will vanish or be destroyed. The staff and the Yagis are shocked that there were such things as gods and goddesses and someone ruling over all of it, and now a tournament is going to be held to fight for their universe's life. All Might. So sir, is Izuku the only one participating on that tournament? Nizu. No. Izuku won't be the only one in this universe. There will be 5 representatives each, and Izuku or Hisashi-sama will be the ones to choose who will come and battle. Izuku. Well, I will be picking the other a week after the festival, not that I need a team. Hisashi. Well, that's about that. How about we go now and eat lunch? You. Great, I have prepared a lot of food for us to eat. As the Yagis see this, they thought of asking them if they could also join, but shot the idea down and let the family leave to eat. And as they were also about to leave, Izumi then tugged at All Might's shirt. Izumi. Dad. I want to join that tournament. Both All Might and Inko were scared of letting Izumi on that tournament, as they are scared of losing her, but Izumi made reasons with them. Izumi. I am now powerful, Dad. I can even beat you and Mom together with both of my quirk. All Might. But still, Izumi, there are a lot of stronger beings out there, stronger than me and your mom, and possibly even stronger than you or Izuku. Me and your mom will think about it, and it's not really up to our decision whether you can join or not. It's up to Izuku. Izumi nods and hope Izuku allows her to join so that she can help as much as she can. Nizu. Sigh, I hope things will go well, as Nizu looks at the sky in his windows. Time skip. After the lunch, it was finally time for the final round. Izuku now went back to the locker as he is now getting ready for his battle. Midnight. Welcome back, everyone. Are you all ready? As Midnight appears in the small stage beside the battle arena where students will fight each other. Midnight. As you all know, we have a bit of an odd matchup today as Izuku was solo, so there will only be 13 students competing for the medals as Izuku dominated the first and second round of this. Even today, he will be immediately passing onto the semifinals. The crowds cheered in agreement, while some thought it was unfair that Izuku went straight to the semifinals, but quickly understood as Izuku already dominated first and second round of the event today. Midnight. Without further ado, let's start the show. Katsuki versus Kirishima, Shoto versus Momo Ida versus Mayizumi versus Shoka Katsumi versus Mina Shinso versus Shoji. Author's note. I won't be doing the battles for each of the characters and will immediately go to the semifinal. Time skip to semifinals. Quarterfinals was filled with excitement, thrills from the audiences as the battles of Momo and Katsuki were destructive, with Katsuki coming out on top and Izumi also coming out on top from her battle with Katsumi. And now begins the semifinals where Izuku is finally joining the contestants. Katsuki versus Izuku. Shoto versus Izumi. First battle was Katsuki versus Izuku. As Izuku comes out, many people cheered him, excited and finally seeing him in action, and next to come out was Katsuki Bakugwa, who is finally getting his battle with Izuku. Bakugwa. I will win this time, shitty Deku. As Katsuki readies himself while Izuku just stared at him with disinterest. Izuku. Please, all you do is bark, but no bites. The comment made Katsuki angry, waiting for it to start. Midnight. Start. As Katsuki immediately fly charging towards Izuku, prompting an explosion to Izuku's face, was easily countered by Izuku, whom appeared in front of him and kicks Bakugwa down to the ground. Bakugwa. TSK, you got lucky, which Izuku just rolled his eyes, making Bakugwa angry. Izuku. Please, this battle is nothing. Bakugwa. How dare you look down on me? As Bakugwa, filled with anger, charges again to Izuku, prompting Izuku to a fist fight, in which Izuku welcomed gladly, as both went into fist fight, but Izuku immediately was overwhelming Katsuki with his skill, power, and experience, immediately just beating Bakugwa up like what Gojo did to Miguel. Bakugwa, F it. As Katsuki throws a punch pack with his explosive quirk, to which Izuku directed Bakugwa's punch in the ground, making the ground beneath them explode. Bakugwa then looks up and see the one he thought who was weak, Deku, in the air flying, making him angry as he was being looked down up on the one he had always looked down. Bakugwa, I'll kill you, Deku. As Katsuki flies towards Izuku, preparing a large explosion onto Izuku. Meanwhile, with crowds. Grand Zeno. This is boring. Izuku isn't even trying. Nizu was a bit scared when Grand Zeno said this bores him, but immediately calmed down as Hisashi was there. Hisashi. Grand Zeno, you should understand that Izuku is basically on par with me in strength and power. Under the guidance of me and the Grand Priest, no one in this universe could make Izuku use his full power. Grand Zeno understood and continues to watch the battle again. Meanwhile, the Yagis were just curious and scared about Zeno. Toshinori. If Nizu is scared, then we're screwed, as Toshinori sees Nizu composing himself. Back to Izuku versus Katsuki. As Katsuki was getting more frustrated as Izuku wasn't even trying on him, and he is literally being beaten up. Katsuki, why? I was gonna be the #1 hero. Me. Why are you so strong? You worthless DKU. As Katsuki, blinded with rage, is now preparing his strongest attack to try and kill Izuku. Izuku. If this me now who is beating you without trying is worthless, then what are you? In which made Katsuki even more angry, whom starts spinning around, making a tornado smokes and explosion that was going towards Izuku. Katsuki, take this howitzer impact. As Katsuki fires it near Izuku's face, causing a huge explosion that caused an earthquake. The crowds was confused on who won as the dust were everywhere, and they couldn't see, to which few seconds later finally the dust is settling down, and they can finally see Izuku was holding Katsuki Bakuwa by the neck, to which Izuku. Katsuki sobs, I was supposed to be the strong one, sobs as Katsuki sheds tears. His will broken down by someone whom he deemed worthless is now stronger than him. Someone whom he deemed useless was now beating him, and someone whom he deemed as a brother, but now a stranger to him. Izuku. You were strong, Katsuki, but that mere strength blinded you, soared your ego high, to which got you in this state, as Izuku then throws him up in the air and then kicks him midair, making Katsuki fly out of bounds. Midnight. And the winner is Izuku Midoriya. As Izuku then bows to everyone and went out of his exit side of the stadium. In the clinic, Katsuki was there lying contemplating of everything that had happened to his life, retracing his steps of his past, and kept going back to the word Izuku. Said you were strong, Katsuki, but that mere strength blinded you, to which got you in this state. Katsuki. Was I really in the wrong? Was my way of doing things not correct? As Katsuki kept thinking of what he did, and he heard a knock on the door, and looked to see Izuku was there, and he turned away from Izuku, not wanting to show this vulnerability. Izuku then laid in the bed beside Bakugo's bed, and looks at the ceiling. Izuku. You know, I have always hated you. When you started bullying me when I was young, you kept beating me with no reason. You kept saying how worthless I was, how useless I was to this society, and you know what it almost got me? But when my father saved me, things started turning around. Your mere words didn't hurt me anymore. Your beatings didn't hurt. Katsuki was just silent, didn't bother to reply, but his eyes were in tears. Izuku. After my father got me, my life changed. I became strong, so strong that only a few can contend me now. So strong that I became someone whose duty is far from what I used to dream. I became a destroyer and a creator, and in becoming one, I had to learn many things. One of the things was to let go of the past. Even though I hate you now, I have never ever used that hate to harm you. Never once I did try to take revenge, no matter how many times I wanted, no matter how many times I wanted to rip you and the others to pieces, but I never did. Cause why should I? Katsuki, why are you telling me this to gloat on me that now you've become so powerful and I became weak? Izuku, no, I am telling you this because I learned to let go of the past. And you need to as well. In order for you to be strong, you need to realize that having this kind of ego would only make yourself weak. You were born from the quirkiest views of people around you, especially in that school where teachers allowed you to become the worst of you, and it did. But the question is, are you still going to let it be more worse? Are you still going to let that maneuver your life? All I am telling you now, Katsuki, is my aunt's child, is change yourself. It is not too late. You're still young. I will go now to prepare for my match. Think, Katsuki, your life and future may depend on it. As Izuku left Katsuki, whom was in tears, remembering all the things he did. Katsuki, I am so sorry. Izuku. Stadium. Midnight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now here at our finals battle with Izumi Yagi, a force to be reckoned with, and a top contender in this today's event, as Izumi enters the stadium with many people cheering for her, as well as her parents and friends. Midnight. Now welcoming to the other side is the one and only Izuku Midoriya, a dominator whom has dominated each round of the event in today's UA Sports Festival, as Izuku then enters the stadium at the opposite side of Izumi. Izumi. Izuku, today is the day I will make you acknowledge my strength. Izuku. Then let us see how far you've grown. Izumi. Try to entertain me as much as you can. Izumi and Izuku were now staring at each other, waiting for who will make the first move. Then suddenly, huge rocks car out of the sky. Izumi, take this meteor shower. as Izumi barraged Izuku with tons of meteorites that she took from space. Izuku. Haha, this is more like it. Izumi as Izuku was just punching meteors left and right, destroying them completely, turning it to dust. After the barrage of meteors ended, Izumi smirks while looking at Izuku. Izumi, I knew you would destroy those meteors. That's what I was hoping for. As the dust began to rise, spinning rapidly around them, causing lightnings to form as the dust collides with each other. Then Izumi gathers all the dust, realizing what Izumi will do, smiles and responds with his own attack. Izuku. Kamehameha as Izuku fires a beam of light towards Izumi. Izumi. Dust particles release. As the particles then turned into also beams of lights, countering Izuku's Kamehameha due to sheer constant collision of the dust, thus turning the particles to light. Both were now in a draw as attacked countered each other. Izumi. Telekinetic Empress 100%. As Izumi then combines both One for All and her quirk Telekinesis. Izuku. That's more like it. Izumi as Izuku then responds by amping his power to 2%, causing huge waves of godly ki being released by him, shocking the audience. Audience. Hero 1. Whoa, this is sick. Hero 2. You could say that again, especially those meteors coming down, but Izuku defending himself well. Heroine. And that beams of light hitting each other. Needless to say, the audience were having a blast watching the two fight. Back to the battle. Izumi and Izuku were now fighting each other mid-air. Normal people couldn't see what they're doing, as they are fast, so fast that they can't be seen by the naked eye, but only sees shock waves around the arena. Cementos. Midnight, do you think we should stop this? This is getting out of hand. Midnight. Agreed, but Nizu-sir said not to stop it, as both teachers just watches in awe and fright as the battle continues. Izuku. You've gotten strong. Izumi as Izuku blocks Izumi's punch and counters with his. Izumi. It's still not enough to make you go full power on me though, as Izumi blocks and attacks back, but is quickly countered by Izuku, who punches her stomach, but quickly regained her composure and attacks again. Izuku. It's still too soon for you to face me in my full power, as Izuku fires a barrage of ki ball, as Izumi dodges each one, but was soon hit by one, causing her to fall to the ground. Izumi then looks up to Izuku hovering above her, feeling the gap between them. Izumi sheds her tears, but it wasn't out of jealousy and anger, but was tears of joy seeing Izuku now, from weakest to strongest. Nothing could make her even happier. Izuku. You fought well, Izumi, so I might give you this one chance of me showing you a glimpse of my true power, as Izuku then went to Ultra Instinct mode. Everyone in the stadium felt a pressure they have never felt before. Even the teacher were struggling to breathe due to the amounts of pressure Izuku's producing. Izumi watches in awe as she was about to faint due to exhaustion and the damages she took from Izuku, and also from this pressure. Izumi. IIMS as Izumi faints and Izuku turned his Ultra Instinct off. The crowds then cheered wildly. Midnight. The winner for this UA festival is Izuku Midoriya. Izuku then carries Izumi to Recovery Girl's office as she snuggles to Izuku. Izumi, Oniai-chan. As Izumi snuggles while he was being carried. Izuku. TCH, this is only one time, I'm letting you do this, Izumi. As Izuku then continue to walk to Recovery Girl's office. Time skip. It is now time for the awarding of the winners of the festivals one by one. Izuku, Izumi and Katsuki come out one by one, standing in their place. Katsuki and Shoot battled it out for the third, and Katsuki won. Midnight. Now for the giving of the medals will be handled by All Might. I am here. As All Might lands on in front of the winners to hand out their medals. Audience then shouts loudly, but the three winners glared at All Might as the two were coughing due to the dust All Might made from that jump. Izumi. Can't you just come out normally, dads? Katsuki. I swear he's doing this on purpose. Izuku. We will not talk about what Izuku is cursing in his mind. As soon as All Might turns around to give the medal, he was met by three dark auras making him shudder. All Might. Did I do something? I get Izuku, but the other two. All Might. For the first winner, Izuku Midoriya, whom has time and time again dominated the whole tournament, I give you the gold medal, as All Might puts the gold medal on Izuku. All Might. Whisper congrats Izuku, but Izuku ignored it, which made All Might sad, but understood he has a long way to go. All Might. For the second place, Izumi Yagi, with sheer will, strategic mind, and impressive battle prowess, I give you the silver medal. As All Might, same with Izuku, puts on the medal around her neck and congratulated her. All Might. For the third place, Katsuki Bakugwo, whom battled throughout the Wole tournament with sheer explosive will and power, I give you the bronze medal, as All Might then puts it Arundi's neck and congratulated him. All Might. There you have it, folks, the winners of this year's UA Festival. As All Might then applauds them together with the audience. Time skip. After the festival, Izuku and his family were about to go home to celebrate, but was stopped by the Yagis calling them. Hisashi, what do you want, Toshinori? Toshinori, we just came here to ask if you'd like to celebrate together for their win. Hisashi, what do you think, Izuku? As Izuku then ponders, looking at All Might and Inko, then finally to Izumi, whom just looks at him. Izuku, okay, but this doesn't mean I forgive you three, I still hate you three, as you then gives them the address of their house, to which the Yagis thank them. Hisashi, I am proud of you, Izuku, not letting your hate get the best of you. Izuku, what can I say? I take after you, Dad and Mom would have beaten but if I kept holding on to the hate, which earned Izuku a bonk on the head from you. You. Too much negativity is bad for my baby, and congrats, Izuku, we're so proud of you. I even taped the whole tournament, we should watch it later tonight. Hisashi, dear, maybe we should just rest after the dinner, wouldn't you like it, Izuku? Izuku, I think it would be cool watching it, smirks at Hisashi, who doesn't like watching long tapes or movies. You. Okay, then we will watch it tonight. As you then grabs Vados and walk towards their car while Hisashi and Izuku was behind them. Hisashi, why, Izuku, as Hisashi whines, not wanting to watch a long tape that he saw live already. Izuku, come on, Dad, stop being a wuss, that's not how a god should act. As Izuku walked towards the car, Hisashi walking behind him, begrudgingly muttering how the tape is too long and he can't stay in one place without doing anything. Izuku, I should focus all my restraints on not killing them. Izuku looking the mirror, fixing his clothes for this night's celebration. As he was fixing, he suddenly noticed hands wrapping around his chest, feeling his entire body. Izuku, you seemed very naughty tonight, my love, as Vados keeps going lower and lower until she touches his nether realm, starts rubbing it with her hands. Izuku, Izuku feeling aroused. Vados, you like that, Mr. Champion? Vados then starts rubbing it a bit more intense. Izuku, yes, Vados, as Izuku begins to feel more and more aroused and Vados starts doing it intensely. Then a few minutes later, Vados, sensing Izuku's pee-pee throbbing, knowing he is about to come, stops and went out. Izuku, why Vados? Izuku annoyed as he was close to euphoria, but was denied. Izuku, oh, I'll make you pay for this after dinner. As Izuku finished and getting ready. Time skip. Izuku then went down and sees his mom and dad alongside Vados, whom was just smirking at Izuku. Izuku, I'll definitely punish you later tonight. Izuku looking at Vados. You. Oh my, you look so handsome, my eyes at Chan, as you hugs Izuku and keeps taking pictures of him. Hisashi, well, are you ready for this, son? Izuku, I had no choice, I invited them, and I also know what happened between you and them in Nizu's watching area. Hisashi nods. Hisashi, well, what they did for us will not affect us of your decision whether to forgive them or not, it's up to you. Izuku nods and thanks his dad for being there for him always, and then you pats Izuku's head. Then the butler comes in. Butler, Hisashi-sama, the Yagis are here. Hisashi, okay, let them in, as the butler nods and left to get the Yagis. Meanwhile, the Yagis. As they reached the gate, they saw two armed men coming to them. Toshinori, coughs, hello, we are invited by Izuku for dinner celebration, as the man just keeps looking at Toshinori for a few secs, and then at Inko and Izumi. Guard 1, open the gate. As the gate opened, Toshi then drives in and was shocked at the house. Izumi, their house is this big? As Izumi watches as they are still driving towards the entrance door, a minute later, they finally arrived at the entrance and was escorted out by the valet and the butler. Butler, good evening, Yagi family. I am Alfred, the head butler of the Midoriya family, as the butler bows. Alfred, this way, please. You can give Vincent your car key as he will drive it to parking, as Toshinori gives his key to the valet and then follows the butler. Butler, Yagi family entering. As the door opens and the Yagi sees a lot of maids and butlers line up, and at the end center we see Hisashi, Izuku and Vados slowly approaching them. They greeted each other. Then Toshinori looks at Vados, not knowing who she was. Izuku, this is Vados, my fiancé, as Vados bows and polite while greeting them. Yagi shocks for a moment, but smiled as they greeted Vados back. Hisashi, well, let's get the greetings away and eat. As you claps her hands, the maids and butlers then went back to their work. Inko, so many as Inko watches butlers and maids going back to do their work. Izuku, well, let's get going then to the dining room as the head butler Alfred then as the Yagi snapped out and then follows them. Tashinori, whisper, I mean I've been to huge houses before, but this as Tashinori whispers to his wife Inko about the house. Inko, whispers me too, this is too huge as they look at the ceiling which is about 100-foot high ceiling with huge chandeliers hanging. Hisashi hearing them smirks and wants to brag about the house he so proudly have. Hisashi, yes, do you know those marbles in the walls are made out of rocks from space that I took? Tashinori looks at Hisashi bitterly, while Hisashi just smirks. Tashinori mumbles, if I could fly and breathe in space, I would also, as Hisashi laughs. Inko, well, they do look so beautiful. As Inko was just looking at some tapestries hanged in the wall, they were so beautifully and were illuminating. You, right, it's very majestic. I weave them using a galactic silkworm as Inko keeps looking at them mesmerized at the artistry. You, I could give you one if you want to, which made Inko shock and smiles. Inko, really? As you then nods. You, yeah, or we can make together too. It's very easy to do. You know, Inko's smile went brighter than heaven as she has always been fascinated with weaving tapestries and knows how to make them. Inko, they'll take you up on that offer then. As Inko and you keep talking, Hisashi was just bragging about the house to Tashinori, to which works as All Might just keep mumbling and Hisashi laughs. They finally arrived at the dining table, which made the Yagis shock even more, a 30-foot long table with many appetizers for them to eat. Alfred, I will bring you the menu for today, sir, as Alfred leads them to the chair together with the other butlers helping them with the chair. Inko, this is a very nice long table you have, as Inko was just speechless seeing the long table. Izumi, this is some Harry Potter thing. Inko, Izumi language. I am so sorry, as Hisashi and you laugh it off while Izuku just amused by the situation. Izumi, sorry mom. Izumi apologizes while she sat on the chair. Tashinori, so is the table made of space stone too? Tashinori asks Hisashi in a mocking way. Hisashi, no, actually it is made of a planet I destroyed, as Inko spits the water that she was drinking, but luckily she turns her quirk on not spilling the water to the table. Izumi, planet, as Izumi pales. You, don't worry, the people on that planet was already long gone when he destroyed it, so he didn't kill anyone on that planet, as the Yagis were relieved of hearing no one died when Hisashi destroyed it, but the thought of Hisashi destroying a planet still sends shivers to their spine. Tashinori, Hisashi, if you're a god, isn't your task to watch over the universe or something? As Tashinori noticed Hisashi was just always here on Earth. Hisashi, well, yes, but I have people watching over them. They are enough to handle threats from the worlds I have sent them. Tashinori. Izuku, yeah, I was one of them too, you know, I watched a few planets myself before. Inko, how did it go? Inko trying to keep the conversation up with Izuku. Izuku, well, it was fun, met a lot of people and learned their culture and stuff, also almost got accidentally married in one of them, to which Vados then smiles in anger remembering that moment. Vados, yes, and I destroyed them, which then make Tashinori, Izuku, and Hisashi shudders. Tashinori, women are scary, but Vados. Just good luck to you. Izuku looking at Izuku with pity, which made Izuku a bit confused. Inko, oh, that must have been very fun, then going to different worlds and stuff. Inko, trying to make the situation calmer. Izuku, yeah, it was fun, you know, I even battled a lot of strong people there, like in another universe where a god of destruction, Beerus, was ruling it. I fought his strongest, Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. They might be the strongest mortals I have fought. Tashinori, they must be super strong for you to say that. Tashinori has long acknowledged Izuku is stronger than him, might be even the strongest after Hisashi. Izuku nods in response as they are eating their appetizers. Izumi, that's pretty cool. As Izumi, who was just listening to the whole song, was just simply amazed what Izuku had done and was proud and happy for him. Then they continued eating their appetizers, and it was just a bit silent, and Izumi is just kept looking at Izuku, whom i.e., he being fed by Vados. As much as Izuku didn't want to be fed, she can't win against Vados. Izuku, who notices Izumi kept staring at him, decides to tell Vados something and looks at Izumi. Izuku, Izumi, if you want to have a game room here, we can go there while we wait for the food. Izumi then looks at Inko and Tashinori, whom had a hopeful look for Izumi. Izumi. Okay, as Izuku then stood up together with Izumi, both excused themselves and went to the game room. Game room. Both of them then arrived as Izumi was shocked at how many games was in the room and both went to the air hockey. Izuku. So what's bothering you? You kept looking at me earlier as Izuku then hits the hockey. Izumi. It's just we did so many horrible things to you, and yet you didn't take your revenge on us, as Izumi hits the hockey back to Izuku. Izuku. I wanted to, but becoming a god made me realize a lot of stuff. I have experienced a lot of worlds and seen a lot of sufferings, which also taught me that revenge and violence never works if you want peace with everyone and yourself. Well, you can use violence, but in a different context as Izuku strikes harder. Izumi. I get it, but it's unfair. We did so many horrible things to you. No amount of sorry or actions can redeem that, as Izumi hits back with much harder force, but her eyes were swelling with tears. Izuku. As Izuku then hits back and scored a goal. Izuku. You can redeem it, Izumi. You're the first one whom realized their mistake and is now trying the best to make up for it. And stop harming yourself. How can you get my forgiveness if you die early? As Izuku has been noticing strange marks on her wrist for the past weeks, and this time it was getting worser. Izumi. How did you know? Izumi shocks how Izuku knows she was harming herself. Izuku. I've noticed for a while. At first I didn't care that much. You meant nothing to me, but now. Izuku. I can't have my little sister dying on me now, as Izumi plops down and cries louder. Izumi. I am sorry, Izuku, as Izumi keep repeating herself, and Izuku goes to her and hugs her. Izuku. I couldn't bring myself to hate you forever when you're trying your best in earning my forgiveness, although I haven't forgiven you yet, but it'll allow us to be brother and sister again. Izumi, Oni-chan. As Izumi hugs back, crying while Izuku just let her be. Knock. Izuku then looks up to see who was it, and the door opens and sees Alfred. Alfred. Young Master Izuku and Miss Izumi, I am here to tell you that the foods are there. Izuku. We'll be there in a bit. Alfred, thank you for telling us. Alfred then bow and closes door. Izuku. Well, let's go eat now, or out. Food is about to get cold. Amuto, hearing Izuku calling her younger sister again, made her happy that she can finally amend her relationship with Izuku. They then went back to the dining room and see that Tashinori and Hisashi were arm wrestling while waiting for them, and Inko, and you were talking on designing a tapestry. Hisashi. Oh, they're finally here, as Hisashi then pushes Tashinori's hand down, and then the maid removed the small table they used for arm wrestling. Tashinori. That hurt, you know. Hisashi. Come on, you're All Might. You've taken worse than that, as Hisashi pats Tashinori's back. All of them then sat down to eat as the butlers opened covers to their food. All. Itadaikamasu. They then soon start eating. Inko. So Izumi, how did your time with Izuku went? Izumi. Me and Oni-chan played air hockey. The rest smiles that their relationship is now slowly mending, which made Inko and Toshi proud at Izumi. Vados. Whispers, I am proud of you, Izu whispering to Izuku's ears. Izuku. Yeah, I am actually proud of myself too, as Vados hugs Izuku and continues to eat. Then Izuku looks at Hisashi, and you whom both has a proud smile at him. Time skip. The dinner between the two families went better than they had expected, with Izuku openly talking to them now, but was still a bit shallow reply, which was still progress to Inko and Tashinori that already made them happy, and would continue to make progress after the dinner. The Yagis decided to go home, but was stopped by Hisashi and Yu. Hisashi. Why don't you guys stay for the night? Tashinori. But we couldn't really. You already hosted the celebration, and we might be imposing too much on you guys. Yu. No, you're not. Please stay for the night. I want to talk more to Inko about tapestry. Inko smiles, now wanting to take the offer, but also want to spend time with Izumi and Izuku. Tashinori. Well, Tashinori, who is now the only who thinks they are overstaying their welcome. Hisashi. Come on, I'll even put on some handicaps for you to win. Hisashi, who has taunted Tashinori, and it successfully did. Tashinori. Oh, you're on. I can beat you without the handicaps. Then that decided the Yagis stayed for the night. Hisashi. You can't. We already played like 68 times, and you still haven't won once, as the two family went back inside. Meanwhile, Izuku, who decided to go to his room as he was tired, while Izumi was with you and Inko talking about tapestry. As Izuku arrived in his room, he sees something that immediately energized him. Vados. Are you ready for your prize, big boy? As Vados in a bunny outfit was laying in his bed. Izuku. I haven't forgotten about you, my little bunny, as Izuku then immediately jumps to the bed, pinning her down like a wolf who now has his prey. Vados. Oh no, I have been caught by the big bad wolf, as Vados moans between the line. Izuku. And will punish you all night for what you did earlier. Izuku, whom was come blocked earlier, is now gonna punish Vados. Vados. Oh, punish me, master. The night then went full on with a lot of moans. While Inko, you and Izumi were doing tapestry and Hisashi versus Tashinori, who went to his one for all mode to beat Hisashi in an arm wrestling contest. So, this was the end of this series. Stay tuned for next part of this series, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.